So you can't have winter without having some nice Christmas trees, right? Or Christmassy looking bath bombs, like actual Christmas trees. In this one, you will see how I make it using a mold that I had here for a while. I used to make this bath bomb when I had my little store in the flea market, and now I will be showing you how I do make these bath bombs and how I go ahead and paint them. So let's make some bath bombs today. Hi everyone, so today we are making bath bombs again. I decided to use one of my other molds that I have. It's a Christmas tree mold. So here, you know, the routine, this is my citric acid. I'm just breaking down the lumps in the citric acid. Then I'll go ahead and add my baking soda. And I'm just getting the lumps out of the baking soda as well. Okay, so that is my cream of tartar, my Epsom salts, and my kaolin clay. I'm making one without SLSA powder this time. Someone did ask if they can make it without the powder, and I'm just showing you can. I just usually use the powder to give it extra foaming, and as well as it kind of slows down the bath bomb when in your tub. So I'm adding here some green. You'll see later that I actually had to add a bit more. I thought that would have been enough since it is a liquid colorant, but it wasn't. So in here I have my oil, well, my cocoa butter really, my fragrance, and Lame Soft, Lame Pro 65. And that's just a chelating agent that's just going to help to make everything a little bit harder. Instead of cocoa butter, you can use any other oil you might want. So you can use sunflower oil, jojoba oil. I just use the butter because it helps to make a harder bar. I keep saying bar, like bar soap, but it helps to make a harder bath bomb. So I'm just stirring this to get everything together. And you can see the green didn't really show through. I should have studied that. So I did add a couple more drops of the liquid colorant. Now, if you're going to add it like this, you have to be careful because if you, I don't know if you saw, but it kind of already started to agitate the baking soda and citric acid. So whenever I added, I had to make sure I stirred it really quickly. So it started to foam up there. And this is what adding either water can do if you are going to add it to your bath bombs, or any other liquid, like say witch hazel. It can activate the baking soda and citric acid. So just be careful if you're going to add any other liquid that's not an oil. Alright, so that's ready. So once you can make a kind of like a ball with the bath bomb, then it is ready to go. So these are my molds. Well, it's a 3-part mold. Usually I didn't bring it out because I didn't want to add more things on my workstation, but I do have a manual bath bomb press where I put the mold in between and then I just press it down. So with this, I am just going to go ahead and mold it inside. The other part at the back there is to make sure that it's flat on the back. Since I'm just doing these for a video is okay, but I'll still show you later how I would add it. There you go, and add that on the back. Typically, if I am going to make this, I would add that part first, then I would load the bath bomb inside, and then I will put the top part on and then put it onto the bath bomb press. So you just release and there you go. So I think the other part, so it should have been on the other side, which was, it wasn't giving, like it wasn't coming through properly. So this is how I would typically do it if I am going to make the bath bomb. And I tend not to want to add the back part because it does like flick up whenever I am going to make it. So it makes like one edge not straight. And then if I do press it really hard, then some of it comes off in the top, like you can see there for the star. So I'm just going to stick to doing it this way for just for video purposes. Yeah, this is where it can get a little tricky because the star part does end up like either not coming out properly, but yeah, you just got to make sure and press it down really good in the top. And then what happens with these molds a lot, this is why I tend to, this is why I'm kind of like trying to go towards the silver mold that you see me make the other bath bombs with, because after some time, then the Epsom salts that I like to use in my bath bombs does kind of grater at the side. So then when I'm trying to lift it off, it doesn't come out properly. So, you know, I always have a little left. So I'm just going to place these in my little, my smallest mold that I have. So I can do some half molds. And this is how I actually do my shower steamers. So I use a bigger mold, and then for the shower steamers, I just put it in half of the mold like that, and then I create the steamer that way. Alright, so I'm going to show you something today. So I left this, actually, I was going to come back the next day. I ended up waiting like a whole like day and a half or so. So I have some colorants here, and this is how I would typically go ahead and color my bath bombs that are like this, because you can see like they have some detail in it, so it's just to make it pop. So I have my mica color here, and then I just mix it with some alcohol. You want to use alcohol and not water, because you want to make sure that it just dries up really quickly when it's placed inside, or on, sorry, the bath bomb. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the colors. So this is blue, and then I have some white, since we're already going with the whole winter solstice theme. This is not scented with the same fragrance from the winter solstice. There's another one there. It is called Yule and Pine. I actually used this before, and I used it for a soap called Christmas Nightmare, because it was actually with the Jack Skellington. If you know Nightmare Before Christmas, one of my favorite Christmas movies, Christmas/Halloween movies. So you have Jack Skellington, and I made a soap with him on it, and also a bath bomb. So I think I have it in my previous videos from my other channel. If you want to check that playlist, and it's in there. So for the star, I use some glitter along with some of the white mica, just to give it a little bit of glitter look. But yeah, before when I made these, I did them in like red and gold and green, the typical colors that you would use for Christmas. I just wanted to change it around a little bit this time, just to stay with the theme. Right, I think they look pretty cute. What I would do is just leave these for like an hour or two, just to make sure the alcohol dries in before I go ahead, and I would typically package these then after. So we got to do our bubble test, and I'll just use the small one for this. So you see in this one, it kind of fills up a lot faster here, just because I'm not using the SLSA powder in it. And for this, you can see the bubbles are still really good, but they're not as foamy as it typically would be. So as usual, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye for now.